What's up, everyone? Steven with Herd Homes Real Estate here in Orange County, California. And in today's episode of the podcast, I want to talk to you about 6 steps to following up with leads that say they are about a year out from buying or selling. I'm going to give you the scripting, I'm going to give you the follow-up tools, and I'm going to give you the overall strategies that you need to follow. Before I do that, let me just explain to you that a majority of the people that I talk to, a majority of the business I would get, I would estimate 80% or more, say that they want to buy or sell a year from now. Now, when I first got into real estate, the major real estate trainers were telling me, do not follow up with a lead that is more than a month out. Just throw them away, right? And then as time progressed and technology progressed, it determined that actually the majority of the leads that you get and that you want to follow up with are those people who are a year or more out. So let's dive right into the content, talk about how do you deal with that. Step number one, let's say you're door knocking, you're talking to a seller, and they say, yeah, we are actually thinking of selling. We're living in Orange County now. We plan to move to Texas next year, within about a year. Awesome. Step number one is I want to qualify them. I want to understand their motivation. I want to understand the challenges they have. I want to understand their time frame and what's important about their time frame. So I'll ask a couple questions. What's driving you guys to want to move to Texas? And I want to help them get clear in their motivation. What part of Texas are you looking to move to? What's bringing you there? Why that area versus another area? What are some of the challenges that you see in relocating and moving? What is your ideal timeline? Why is that timeline important to you? Now, I've had a lot of clients where they said, I want to move in a year. And I ask them why a year is important to you, and they explain their logic, and I'll say, hey, can I share this with you? And I share something about the market or something that they didn't know, and they're like, oh, wow, actually, I can move now because it makes more sense for me. So what's important to you about moving in a year? And you want to be curious, you want to be understanding. And then step number two is you want to find a need. You want to find some problem they have that you can solve. That's how you help stand out. So somebody says to them, or somebody says, as I'm qualifying them, I ask them, what are you most worried or concerned about in selling your home and moving to Texas? What are your biggest fears or concerns about relocating or selling your home or going through that process? A lot of times I find that sellers are most concerned with getting their home ready to hit the market, doing the work, decluttering, packing, organizing, all of that stuff. So I want to find what that problem is, and then I want to come up with a solution. Just a side note, my solution is for my sellers, I pay for a professional home organizer to come and pack up their stuff. It takes about 1 day, costs me about $875, and they pack up all their stuff and get it ready for the market. So I want to have a solution, but I need to find out what the problem is, and that's how I stand out. So step number two is find a need. Step number three is add value. Now, if they told me what their fears and concerns are, and I also asked them, what are some of the questions you have about the real estate market? What are some questions you have about the process? Now my follow-up is going to be determined around what they consider valuable. So if they say we're stressed about packing, we don't know what's going to happen with the real estate market and interest rates, and we just don't know what the right timing is. Great, cool. So now that I understand what their problems are, now my script is this. Awesome. Mr. Seller, one of the things that I found is that when somebody is a year out from selling their home, it doesn't make sense to meet right now to discuss the value of your home because values can change, things can change, your plans can change. So here's what I'm going to do over the next year. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to help you solve that problem of packing and organizing. I'm going to send you when I go back to my office, I'm going to send you the contact information for my professional home organizer. Now, when you guys are ready, she'll come over and give you a consultation, and she'll show you what it would take to pack your home up and get it ready for the market. Now, what I can do is if you guys choose to list with me, I will actually pay for her to get the home market ready. You don't even lift a finger. You're not even allowed to lift a finger. If you also want to get a quote for her to pack your entire house so you don't have to move a thing, she's $875 a day, and she'll tell you how many days it takes to pack it. Okay, so that's step in my follow-up process for adding value. The next thing I'm going to say to them is, now, just like you guys, many clients are concerned with what's happening in the real estate market. So every month I send a quick 1-minute video with a few bullet points summarizing exactly what's going on in the Orange County real estate market, the major news in the economy, and how that's going to impact your home value. Would that be valuable to you? They're going to say yes. Great. The third thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to check in with you every quarter just to help you guys solve any problems that come up in the packing, the organizing, the selling your home, any questions you guys have. I'm going to be there for you guys as a resource, and I'm going to give you a call every quarter just to check in, make sure everything's okay. Does that sound fair to you? Great. Cool. So now I've given them 3 ways I'm going to follow up with them, and they're all specifically valuable to them, and they're excited about it. So that is how I explain to them, this is how I'm going to follow up with you. Now, here's the side note. The way you explain this determines the way they receive it, okay? So if you're not enthusiastic, if you're not confident, if you're not absolutely certain that this is good for them and helpful for them, and you don't feel passionate about you, they're not going to feel passionate about you. If you say like, oh, yeah, one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a newsletter. That newsletter is going to have facts and figures that's going to help you determine when it's a good time to buy or sell. They are literally going to be like, no thanks, I get too much spam, not needed, right? So it's all how you phrase it that determines whether or not they're excited about it. If you're ever door knocking and you tell people about it and they're not excited about it, you just know it's you. Unfortunately, it's you. It's the way you're explaining it. So all you got to do is go back to your office, script it out, practice it, come back with more energy, more power, more confidence. Okay, step number 4 in that follow-up process is establish credibility. So one of the ways that I do this is through video. So I talked about, I'm telling the client I'm going to send them a monthly email summarizing what's going on in the market. So I use a system called MailChimp. I put a video in there, a couple of bullet points, and a link to a market report. I don't want to put a lot of text in an email. The minute people see too much text in an email, they just delete it and mark you as spam. Nobody wants lots of text in email. So just a quick video. Hey guys, it's got to be a minute or less. Stephen Hurd with eXp Real Estate. Wanted to give you a quick market update. Here's where inventory's at. Here's where pending sales are at. Here's what's happening with the trends within our county. If you have any questions, here's how it's going to affect buyers or sellers. Please let me know. That's it. A couple of bullet points and you move on. You're going to send that email out once a month. That is going to establish credibility. They're going to see you in video and they're going to think this person's an expert. It really doesn't even matter if your video is good. It doesn't matter if you have good editing. It doesn't matter if you have good audio. They're going to see you on the video. They're going to delete the email. They're probably not even going to watch it, but they're going to know this person's an expert and they know what they're talking about. Step number 5 is to send mail. If it's a seller lead, 1 year out, I'm sending them a postcard every month. I use a system called Corefact, and it's really simple. It's literally just a just listed, just sold. It goes out to them once a month, and it's automatic. I can set it up through my Corefact account, and this goes out to all of my seller leads. So I highly recommend looking into Corefact. That mail is important because sometimes they won't answer your calls, sometimes they won't check your emails, but you know that mail is going to get delivered. You know they're going to physically pick it up and see you, and it's going to help them remember you so that when they are ready to sell, you're top of mind. And then lastly, step number 6 is call quarterly. So just like I told you guys about in the beginning, when I'm finding a need and I'm adding value, really simple script. Every quarter, hey, Barbara, this is Stephen Hurd with eXp Real Estate. I met you at your door in January. How are you? Great. Hey, listen, I'm just giving you a very brief call. Wanted to make sure you're getting the market updates I'm sending you and see if you had any questions about what's happening in the real estate market or anything regarding getting your home ready for sale. You don't have any questions because they don't have any questions. Great. Just want to let you know I'm here as a resource. If you need anything, referrals, you have questions or, home valuation, please let me know and I'm there for you. Great. Have a good day. So this is 6 steps to following up with long-term leads. It's a proven process. It works great. By the end of it, they're going to get an email a month. They're going to get a postcard. That's 24 touches. They're going to get a phone call. That is another 4 touches. So they're getting 28 touches from you a year. In addition to, there may be some additional follow-ups. Maybe you're inviting them to events. maybe you're meeting with them to do a CMA or something like that. So this is the 6-step process. If you are watching this on YouTube, comment below what are some other things you do to follow up with long-term leads. What is your process? What's some value you add? Also, please subscribe to this channel. I'm working on creating the best real estate training channel in the industry with thorough, detailed, great information that will help you to scale your real estate business and live your best life. So thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day. See you on the next video.